This has been one of the most intriguing NBA seasons we've had in a while, as the Warriors continue on their path of dominance despite injuries. The Cavaliers with LeBron James can never be counted out. The Rockets' offense cannot be stopped, and their defense has been stingy. The Celtics have shown signs of being a dangerous team. And of course, we always forget about the Spurs, as they usually get very deep in the playoffs year after year. But there's one team that has shown considerable improvement year over year for several seasons, and might possibly have altered their culture enough to have a legitimate shot at beating the Cavs and getting to the NBA Finals. The Toronto Raptors under head coach Dwayne Casey has shown consistent improvement year over year, yet there has always been something gnawing at me about the way they played. Something that made it feel like they weren't really serious contenders. In the past, I had spent time showing why their isolation-heavy offense was an issue when it came time for the postseason, and those predictions came true time and again. When they earned the top spot in the East in 2015-16 and made it to the Eastern Conference Finals, it never felt like they had a real shot at beating the Cavs, despite the series going 6 games. And last year, they were swept in the second round, a step back for them, which put Casey firmly in the hot seat coming into this year. But something has indeed changed, and it's been profound. Of course, their offense has been a high-octane, efficient beast for the past several years, which made my criticism of it hard to follow. So let's dive into the footage to see what is different and why this could be the year they break through against the best the East has to offer. The first thing that stands out is the passing, and just how much more of it there is. With a bigger commitment to moving the ball, they get higher quality shots, and more players feel part of the dance. Even if it's not a quick flurry of touch passes around the perimeter, there is still a big difference between last year and this year, and you can see it in the numbers. Last year, they averaged 273.4 passes per game, and this year, it has improved 16.5 passes to 289.9. All the extra passing has directly affected the top 2 players for the Raptors, Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan. Both are taking 3.4 shots per game less this year, and both have seen significant drops in their scoring averages. Yet, the Raptors are on pace to have their highest win total ever in the history of the franchise. And if you're a Raptors fan and want to get tickets to a game, then you must download the SeatGeek app. Look at some of these deals coming up for Raptors tickets, and best of all, they give each price a grade to help you identify the best seats that fit your budget. I got great seats to Hamilton using SeatGeek, and now I cannot stop singing the damn songs. So save time and money by using SeatGeek and enter my promo code BBall to get $20 off your first purchase. When you're looking for tickets to sporting events, concerts, comedy, or the theater, think SeatGeek. Comparing the overall offense to last year, and a typical possession would have DeRozan or Lowry bring it up and oftentimes isolate into a shot without even a single pass. And you can see what this type of attack does for the defense. Because of how stagnant the offense is, watch how Baines can brazenly stand at the free throw line, preventing a drive without giving up any other open shots, leading to a terrible shot. Here, DeRozan stops the offense in its tracks in an effort to go at the smaller Kyrie Irving. But because the spacing is bad and little movement, Tristan Thompson can basically double, and DeRozan jacks up a long and inefficient 2. The ISO culture was so prevalent last year that even a guy like PJ Tucker would get them when it clearly is not his thing. And same thing with Norman Powell. But because the offense was allowed to isolate so often, players felt emboldened. To make this point even more clear, the Raptors isolated the 6th most of any team last year, and this season they dropped it to 25th in the league, nothing short of a stunning turn of events. DeRozan has committed to cutting off ball a lot more this year, and Lowry has been finding him for scores. Here's a nifty little backscreen play from the high post that has teams struggling to stop. And to give you an idea of how much DeRozan is moving off ball and Lowry finding him, last year, Lowry assisted on 8.3% of DeRozan's baskets. This year, a staggering increase to 18.9% of DeMar's shots. DeRozan has also been setting up Lowry, who's had a huge increase in catch-and-shoot attempts. Instead of forcing up tough shots with defenders all over him, DeRozan has been looking for Lowry a lot more and creating open looks, which is a big difference over last year's consistent tough shot making. And DeRozan has seen his assists per game go up almost a full assist, another revelation that has helped improve the rest of the team's threat to the defense. With less reliance on Lowry and DeRozan, the Raptors have seen the development of guys like Powell and Anunoby, particularly in transition where the ball is being shared and the pace is becoming infectious. Last year, they crawled up the court, ranking 22nd in pace, and this year it has shot up to 10th. Without question, a team with athletes like the Raptors need to be getting up and down the court much faster, and it's a testament to Casey that he's gotten them to buy in and give out. The more the role players get involved in the fast break scores, the more energy you'll get from them on the defensive end, and the whole team improves. Speaking of defense, it has made a jump as well, from 11th last year to 6th this year, and they're in the top 5 in both steals and blocks. Another explanation for their transition game taking a big jump, as these live ball turnovers cause plenty of fast break opportunities. When you have a team that is in the top 10 in both offensive and defensive rating, it catapults them immediately to title contender status. And this is the first year the Raptors have attained such lofty rankings. As they quietly keep racking up wins, perhaps more people will begin to pay attention, since they have the personnel and talent to compete with Cleveland. Of course, the big question still remains: who on this team can guard LeBron? There isn't a clear answer now, and they'd better hope Casey can figure that out between now and April.
Sports fans, to see more of our great NBA content and analysis, make sure to hit the subscribe button, but also click the bell and adjust your settings so you can get an alert the second our videos drop, because trust me, you're going to want them hot and fresh. You in?